Pure EU reporter. Last week, the Office for Budgetary Responsibility in the UK published their forecast, and one of the things they included in their contingent liabilities, and I think this is a state aid question, is they asked the government for what sort of contingent liabilities they should include for the assurance they provided to Nissan. And I was wondering, and the response they got was a very, it could have been written by you, Margarita, so it didn't tell us a lot, but I'm wondering if the Commission have contacted the government and asked the same question, and if they have received a less evasive response. Thank you.
I don't have anything on Nissan here. I'm looking at Ricardo, who is coming with papers.
Good afternoon. Well, at this stage, what we can say is that we are in contact with the UK authorities about this issue, and that such exchanges of information are common. But I have no further information to share about the current situation of the exchanges.
Follow up.
The answer that the government gave was that they would not report on it until they had actually incurred that costs of the liability associated with their assurance. Can the Commission say, I don't know, is there such thing as a premeditated state aid? Can you stop them before they actually engage in providing illegal state aid? And can you do this? Well, I mean, again, the question of Brexit raises its head. Given the negotiations, if this is a guarantee that applies post 2019, can you still act? Can you still intervene? Thank you.
Okay. On your first point, member states are supposed to and are bound to notify state aid that they grant to a company. They have to notify it to the Commission for approval if it is state aid and if it needs to be approved, if it's not covered by one of the block exemption regulations. On the second point, I mean, I think what we can say is that we take note of the fact that the UK government has said publicly that the measure in question does not involve state aid. And generally speaking, coming back to your last point, until we have had a notification and a subsequent negotiation, the UK remains a member of the European Union, and as such is bound by all the rights and obligations that derive from this. And this means that EU law, including EU competition rules, continue to apply fully to the United Kingdom.
Bruno.
Around about 3 weeks ago, you were saying that you were in contact with Britain over this. You were asking for information. We have not yet found all the information we need to be comfortable. And at that 3 weeks ago, you were saying at some point we will indicate where we stand, either a closure or an indication of something else. So how long is it going to last? Are these exchanges of information going on? How much information is exchanged over 3 weeks? Is it going to be 3 months? Are you comfortable now, where you were comfortable now in a way that you weren't 3 weeks ago? I mean, can you give us a bit more detail about how this is trundling on?
Bruno, I'm afraid at this stage what I can say is that we are in contact with him, but I don't have any information regarding any further timing.
Follow up.
Yeah, we know you're in contact with them. You've told us about this for a month. We've established that. I'm trying to establish is what has happened, drawing back contact and those exchanges of information over a period of some weeks, and whether the Commission is yet comfortable or is still uncomfortable with the assurances that were given to Nissan.
Well, Bruno, it's about exchange of information. It's about finding out what's going on. So it's not really about finding out if you're comfortable or uncomfortable. It's about finding out the information that you need to take such a position. And at the moment, we have not done so.
So, Ricardo, you're talking about exchanges of information. The Commissioner said on Wednesday in Bratislava that she hadn't yet received anything from the UK. So have you or have you not received anything from the UK? And if you haven't, what is the deadline to respond? Thank you.
Well, as I said, we're in contact with the UK. I'm not going to now say what specific documents are being exchanged or on what stage this contact is, other than saying that we are in contact with the United Kingdom.